if you suddenly became well, I guess it doesn't have to be suddenly. It can be due to your merits and your skills, I guess.
Or marrying rich.
Not the latter.
Or marrying rich.
That's what I did.
Yeah, seems like it. So you become rich. You can spend your money, whatever. You can buy a yacht, you can buy a house, you can do whatever. But what are the little things that you would do? Like mine, for example, I would love to just go to restaurants and just give out huge tips.
Yeah, just like
just for
You're
fun.
such a goober.
I just think it would be
Oh
fun.
my God.
Well, wouldn't it be fun to just like give people that need money?
it'd probably get old after a few times.
Yeah.
Don't you
Gosh,
think?
Especially
no, I'd
when
give
they
so many
provide
people
terrible
money.
service.
Okay, I'm not going to give the bad waitresses money.
What about the bad waiters?
Well, no, they don't get any money because they're men.
Yeah, I'm worried that I'm more generous
God.
poor
I'm
than
just
I would be
kidding.
rich.
I'm just kidding. No, I would definitely
More generous, poor than rich. Huh?
Yeah, I'm worried that might be the case. Now that you asked me this challenging question. Yeah.
be. She's coming to terms with her.
Yeah, like,
So-
I'm happy to give everybody things I don't have.
No, but Joss and I were saying it would be fun to just like go to restaurants and actually order like 2 appetizers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm also going to get a mocktail today.
And I'm going to get a dessert too.
You don't even have to eat all the food on the plate because you can afford to throw
Yeah.
it away.
You don't feel internal guilt.
Yeah.
I feel like I would still feel guilty.
I might like leave my car running when I'm waiting outside my kids' therapy appointments and stuff,
I would no.
Just simple life stuff.
That's just not smart.
But I'm rich, so I can do not smart things.
I'd probably buy clothes that were more than like $12.
I don't know.
That's
see,
true.
Here's the thing. I honestly don't think my mental frame wouldn't change, right? Probably just because I got rich suddenly, or like maybe it would.
Yeah, it'd take a while probably.
Money changes you no matter what.
Yeah, I'd go on more vacations.
Did you know there's a threshold for happiness with money? It's like once it hits a specific point, because like money does make you happier. Like you're more,
1,000%.
you're more
Obviously.
comfortable. You're more like you can pay your bills easy. You can buy groceries without thinking about it. But there's like a limit. Like you can't just be a billionaire and be super, super happy.
Isn't it like $199,000 or something?
It's something.
Wait,
that's not
wait. Is this
more
in your
than you think.
savings, in your brokerage? Like, where's this moolah? Is this accessible liquid money, or is this just like your net worth?
I think it's like accessible. I think it's like having the comfort money.
Right, like in the account.
Probably accessible.
You could move
money.
it from one account to the other within 24 hours.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. 199 is probably good.
What would you do if you had lots
Well, that's
of
what I
money?
was saying. I'm afraid that I wouldn't like change anything. Like, I literally had friends for dinner last night, and I was toasting my gluten-free bread, and I have 2 toasters. And they're like, why do you
Okay,
have 2 toasters?
Richie.
Yeah. Why do you have 2 toasters? Well, I have this
Well-
autoimmune disease, so I have 2 toasters. But the one, there's still, it's a toaster from 1964 or something. There's still a part of the sticker from Goodwill. Like, and by the way, Goodwill, like, freaking, can you make those stickers come off?
I know.
The last thing I
Nah,
need is
dude.
everybody in the world to know that I bought my thing at Goodwill.
That's what we call advertising and branding.
The sticker needs to be able to come off the item.
Especially if it's like glass, like it's like a see-through
Can we stop
item.
putting stickers on picture frames?
hate it.
Holy crap. Every
Or, like,
picture frame I
any
own's got like
container.
scrape marks
Yeah.
trying to get the freaking goo off. Like, and there's my dog that I love and some goo.
Some goo. Did you buy your dog at Goodwill?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but I dropped my dog off at Goodwill when I didn't want it anymore.
Did you actually?
No.
Okay.
I did do that with a guinea pig once, though.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Well,
Wow.
Chutch couldn't come with me anymore.
Church?
Chutch.
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 That was my guinea
You had
pig's
a
name.
guinea pig named Chutch that you dropped off at
I
Goodwill.
love
Okay, it wasn't
weird pet
Goodwill. It was
names.
PetSmart.
Oh.
You abandoned a guinea pig.
Was it
named
like
Chutch.
in a blanket in like a little?
So
You literally just set it free in front of the PetSmart. Are you-
we went into the area with the guinea pigs
and just dropped it on the floor?
and left. Sorry,
Was it in a cage?
they were employees.
We're just admitting.
It was
to
me
all
and
our
3
faults.
of my Wisconsin Badger alumni teammates.
I
the time.
swear, guinea pigs and hamsters are the most like they're. Everyone always has horrible death stories of their
Ours didn't mind to
hamsters
not
and-
die.
It just got abandoned in a parking
Yeah,
lot.
It was if you're gonna. There's no better place.
My sister's hamster got loose and she jumped on her bunk bed and it got squished underneath the mattress. It's always like maybe
my
it's because it's too
gosh.
small. My sister's like the most caring person ever for
She
pets.
would
It
never
was a
hurt an
clear
animal. Well, see,
accident.
She would never take it to
She
PetSmart
also
and just
tried
let
to
it loose.
feed a fish a juice box once because she thought it was thirsty, and the juice.
I feel like me and her would have been
Why
friends.
would a fish be there?
It's the ADHD.
Oh my
The
god.
impulsivity. Here's the thing though, like I have great intentions. Like I was moving out of this apartment and the next day I didn't have anywhere to move to. So I had to move home instead of moving. So I'm in Madison. So it's like some PetSmart in Madison was a better option for this church than leaving them in my apartment.
There's some random person in Madison or Middleton. Maybe they've moved up to Middleton at this point who used to work at that PetSmart.
And
like
they know
remember
what
that crazy woman who dropped off.
There were several of us, and I know they knew we were up to no good while we were in there. But again, we had limited resources, and our brains were not like fully yet
developed.
Yeah, and so at the time that made a lot of sense. We're gonna help this guinea pig by bringing it to its friends.
You and your best friend Michael Vick. If I had unlimited money, I would pay off all my debt.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, because
Yes, it does.
That's something that everyone would do if they're
My
rich.
mortgage is like an albatross hanging around my neck, dragging me into the depths of never-ending debt.
Well, here's the thing though, and if your mortgage rate's low enough, it might not even make sense.
But it's
to
not
borrow
though,
the
because
money.
we bought right after the dip, which is unfortunate. My buddy has a mortgage rate of I think like 3.
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
My
Like,
sister
we're not trying
has-
to pay off that loan because you can
Yeah, my sister has
get
a
compound
2
interest
on
of
her
5 on that.
house.
On
Two?
that dollar.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
How do you
What
do
the
that?
hell?
She bought her house in like
Points down.
2018 or something. I don't know. Would that make sense?
What a time to be alive.
That should be like how you know if you're rich. It shouldn't even be like how much money
It
you're
should
making.
be your
How
mortgage
low your
interest
mortgage
rate.
rate is. It's like kind of the
So what
social.
would you do that's little?
Like what would I
Not
do
pay
that's
off all
little?
your debts.
I would buy so I have a thing for stationery and pens
Oh,
and
yeah.
notebooks and stuff. And this is a generic like Amazon Basics notebook. I would buy name brand notebooks like Moleskine,
Oh, yeah.
Lecterm. I bought some Midori's. They're not as great as people say they are. Though that paper is actually way too thick. It smudges way too easily. But
Yeah,
I
rich
would
people have bad taste.
I would also buy a better laptop for one thing.
Can you imagine a laptop that just stayed charged all day? Ah!
Yeah, you and your refurbished 2017.
Oh my god, this cord is my
This
absolute best
computer
friend.
is like the best computer I've ever
If I don't
had.
have this cord, my
want one
life
of
is
those.
over.
I want one of those for
The best.
one reason. One reason. You know what it is?
It doesn't make the fan noise. When
No,
Oh,
the
mine I could hear from a
frickin-
mile away.
The SD card slot.
Yeah.
Which on
Oh,
this
yeah.
Wait,
air.
how old is that thing?
I
No,
need.
it's like brand new. It's a really
They have
nice
an SD
computer.
card on a new one?
yeah.
Because it's the.
Was
it's
there
like
a mini
thicker-
SD?
No, but you put the mini SDs in the.
Oh, in the main SD
the
card.
main
Yeah,
SD
yeah.
card.
So they had it on the original Mac Air, and then they got rid of it, and now they brought it back. So I need an adapter to plug in my SD card,
I've
and if
got-
I had a
yeah.
Pro, I wouldn't need that.
I've got
So
like the whatever V8 chip. I don't know what it's called.
I want a fully loaded
But
MacBook. That's what I would do.
So nice.
Fully loaded MacBook Pro and name brand notebooks.
And name brand notebooks.
Imagine like wanting to be rich just so you could get a computer that you could do your work on.
I know it's
You
kind
didn't
of
have to
insane.
imagine.
I'm not gonna need my freaking MacBook because I'm gonna
I'll
be rich.
Rich. No.
Be rich.
I would also just buy like camera stuff is so expensive. I could
Yeah.
buy any lens that I want. I could buy any craft that I want. I could get a whole stained glass. I would have so many crafts at my house. You know how
yeah.
fun that would be?
Did you buy name brand yarn?
I don't use yarn. I'm not a I'm not
R.I.P.
a
Joanne
crocheter.
Fabrics.
Oh, I know. Isn't that weird?
That sucks.
They're all bankrupt. Did you know that?
Ooh, Joanne's?
Joanne
Joann's.
Fabrics.
Why?
You can go to there now.
I
They
know
have
why. It's because they
sales.
give 70% off everything. Have you ever
Well,
been in there?
it's-
Literally everything's on sale
I
the
know
whole
why.
time.
It's because they haven't changed. Their prices are so expensive. Everything in that store is expensive. As long as you use the coupons, it's cheap. But people don't.
That's the thing. My
know
inbox
that.
is flooded with Michael's coupons
well,
every
now
day.
Well, not Michael's. It's Joanne.
Well, I know, but Michael's is probably on the same path. If they
Michael's
just keep
is-
giving
It
away
probably
everything,
is.
like Joanne did,
I think Michael's has already declared bankruptcy.
Oh man.
they just give everything away to anybody that'll show up. As long as you'll show up and buy yarn, we will give it to you.
We will give you yarn.
That must be a front for something.
Kind of feels like it. Well, Joann's is like you should go to Joann's. There's big sales.
I know. I love Joanne's and
Okay.
Michael's.
Michael's has not gone under yet.
I feel like
Joann's.
Michael's is more successful than Joann's because Joann's is just fabric.
I think it's because it's a male's name.
Honestly, we'll leave that to the listener to decide.
There's no way around. I'm top of the mount. I'm queen of the mountain. My cup running over. I already told ya. I'm moving fast. You live in the past.
Do I smell bad?
Leave it in. Leave it in. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Especially you
to
sniffing yourself.
welcome to the Women's Hockey Pod, where we've decided that men are scum because Michael's Crafts is outstripping Joey Fabrics. That's the type of high-level thinking we do here. We are literally on par with the Pentagon when it comes
At the
to
Rogue Pod.
That's our new headline.
more competent than the Pentagon.
The women's pod more. What did you call
Competent.
it? The first, competent, yeah.
I bet we could find our money if we really had to look for it.
We can call it the Woho-Po.
Though
Where do you come up with these?
yeah, what do you?
It's about efficiency.
I'm really glad I didn't give you a sip of my my
Okay,
morning
Woho
beverage
is
here.
actually a really good name, though. I like that. Woho.
Woho, the shorthand for women's hockey.
Yeah.
It's cooler than WAPO.
Is that a thing already?
Woho, yes,
Nobody's using Woho.
yeah, they are.
They're saying WeHo
They are.
in West Hollywood.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, please don't speak for me on that front.
Out of pimp.
Speaking of all good things, this pod is brought to you by Dogwood Coffee Company. I love Dogwood. You love Dogwood. Jocelyn, congratulations on a successful 15 UB state tournament. Go Hornets.
Thank
You're
you.
looking fabulous. You got your Dogwood
Sixth
Coffee
place,
Cup.
baby.
6th place is better than 7th place, and it's better than 8th place. So congratulations. Dogwood Coffee, 3 locations in the Twin Cities, Northeast Cafe, East Lake Cafe, and the new St. Paul Cafe location. You seriously will not find a better cup of coffee in the Twin Cities. And try out the cold brew. Zamboni has got full caffeine, and Rec League is for our caffeine-sensitive friends. It's got a third of the caffeine that Zamboni does. Shout out to Dogwood Coffee.
Whoop, whoop.
The slurp noise was lacking.
Wait, slurp was lacking?
That was better.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Leave it in.
We've got some blah, blah. We have some good stuff on deck for you today. We're going to talk a little women's hockey transfer portal. We're going to talk the NCAA Division III tournament. And then we're going to have a fun little discussion about parity and talent condensement at the Division I level because 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in the Frozen Four. Not a whole lot of bracket busting going on at the Division I level, but that will be at the end of the show. For now, transfer portal.
Transfer portal.
Yeah, do you want to give us a little shout out to
Okay, yeah. How impressive is Sydney Wolf?
the queen herself?
She's
Sydney
a clean
Wolf.
sheet hockey, making these just on her own volition and on her own time. But these have tons of good information if you're hockey nerds. And so she just finished up with her women's transfer portal this week. And did she finish her men's this week, or is she still working on her men's?
I don't care about the men's one. All I care about is
Some of
the
our listeners
women's.
might like men and women transfer portal information, but you might have to be patient.
No, we are not an equal opportunity transfer portal discussion podcast.
Okay, so I think this is so cool, and I know you've brought it up a couple times with Bethany Brosson about like even from a recruiting standpoint, like how are these teams using this? I think we know Duluth tends to use the transfer portal for a lot of recruiting.
They offer a lot of graduate degrees.
Yeah,
up
they're
on
pulling
Lake
people. When they
Superior.
didn't waste any time so far this year, if you see Messier from Cornell was already picked up by Duluth this year.
Yep.
Obviously a good pickup for Duluth. She scored some points toward the end of the season here for Cornell. But wait, how is she already in the transfer portal? Aren't they in the Final Four
Cornell.
or Frozen Four?
Yes.
How is she already in the transfer portal? Is that like legal?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And then
Maybe.
Duluth's already picked her up. They're literally playing. Like, didn't they just play each other? Anyway, I thought that was awesome. Duluth, good for you. Duluth's got to figure out how they're going to replace a few of their other grad students from last year's transfer portal pickups, and so like they have wasted no time. But I saw Jamie Nelson from MSU in there. She's got some points this season. I think is she a sophomore or a junior? But I would imagine she's probably going to get picked up by Duluth too. To be honest,
Who?
Jamie Nelson.
Why?
Because they love that fifth year. Or I guess I don't, for some reason, have the sheet open because I can't find it. And then Is she?
Looking at it right
How
now.
old is she? How old is Jamie Nelson? Is she a sophomore?
Jamie Nelson is a grad student.
Okay, so yeah, I'd expect Duluth to pick her up.
I
She has 30 points.
think it would depend on how many forwards they're going to lose
Yeah.
after this season.
I
But
think
the Messier pickup feels very Minnesota Duluth because she's from Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's a defender. She played U18 for Team Canada, so you know she's tough. She fits what UMD is trying to do, having a lot of strength and a lot of grit on the blue line.
Yeah, so I think she'll get picked up. She's got some of the highest points in the portal right now. But every day,
Yep.
like another 5-10 people are getting added. And I think one of the things I'm noticing is heavy NUHA and ECAC representation in the portal. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what conclusions can be drawn from that. Like, probably too soon to
Do
make
you
them.
really want to draw the conclusions to it?
Well, not really. No, that's why I was
Okay.
kind of making the question like a rhetorical question. But you know, like, is that something that players picking those leagues need to think about? Is that something the leagues need to think about? The teams, like where's the onus here?
I think it's on the players.
Like
Because
pick
as
school that
a
works for you.
program, you're going to recruit the best players, right? No matter what. You're not recruiting a player thinking we're going to recruit you just for this year and then hopefully you stick around. I think players need to be more aware of what they're getting into, especially when they're moving so far from home and understanding that there are tiers to Division I hockey here. Not everybody gets to go to UMD or Ohio State.
I
all
think
right?
Sadie did a really nice job of introducing that, or not introducing. I mean, I think some of these kids know what they're doing, but there are some opportunities for these kids to like learn more about how to pick the right school for themselves.
I would highly recommend that you take your official and unofficial visits and don't just jump at the D1 label because
Yeah.
it's labeled as D1. Because I think we're going to see a couple of players leave in name Division I programs and come back to the MIAC because they get out to wherever. And it's not a knock on the schools. The schools are going to recruit Minnesota because Minnesota has the highest concentration of talent, but they're going to get out to some of these schools and be like, oh shit, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I could go to Gustavus and be 45 minutes from home and play for a national D3 power and get a degree.
Right.
So that's honestly, I'm a fan of the transfer portal. I'm an advocate for the athletes in the NCAA because I think for the entirety of the NCAA's history, the athletes have gotten the short end of the stick on literally everything. But on the other hand, the transfer portal has become an answer to every single problem. Like, oh, the coach doesn't like me, transfer portal. It's not working out where I am and I'm kind of unhappy, transfer portal. So,
Well, and then there's some people who believe that once your name's in the transfer portal, you're used goods. Like nobody wants you. Like if you,
which is really sad.
if you're in here, there's obviously a reason, and it's probably bad. It can't be any. Yeah, so it's interesting the perspective people take once they see a name in here. So hopefully, like these kids are getting a chance to talk. Now, like when I was going from D1 to D3, there was no transfer portal. So I had to physically lift a phone or drive to a rink and walk into a coach's office and introduce myself and let them know I was interested in playing hockey for their school and see if it was a fit that way. So unfortunately, these kids don't get the same kind of self-accountability option. They just get to like sign up here. But again, they're getting looked at like used goods sometimes in here. So that's a bummer too, because that's not necessarily always the reason why they're in here.
I do want to ask you, because you are the only Division I athlete in this company, do you think the transfer portal would have been something that you would have utilized?
No, at
in
the
your
time that I left Wisconsin, I took a year off of school completely and a year
Okay.
off of drinking. I mean, I needed help. Like I wasn't in any shape to play school or hockey.
All right, so for you, it wasn't a case of I'm not getting enough playing time.
No, I
need
got
to go
plenty of
somewhere
playing time.
else.
I mean, I was en route to. I was some good stuff. I was a player of the year my freshman year, first semester, or player of the week or whatever, USCHO. Like I was doing some good things, but I couldn't go to school. I couldn't get myself to school.
Couldn't get yourself to school. Okay.
Yeah, and that doesn't help you.
Someday we're gonna have a whole pod just based on
I know I'm gonna teach all these kids that like have
teachable moments
but
with
here's the
Jossie
thing,
Cookson.
I don't think kids these days, like there's more interventions early. Like a person like me would not have made it through the system undetected. Now I don't think.
I guess I don't know what the guardrails are for alcohol. I know they do drug testing.
Okay, well, first, a lot of schools are they claim they're dry. A lot of these schools,
Yeah, I attended school at a dry campus.
but some of these teams specifically say they're dry. I don't know that that's true. Like I did an official visit at Providence. They told me they were dry, but a couple of the girls, we went out drinking.
I don't know if you just based on the numbers, I don't think that every player adheres to the dry
I
standard.
can't imagine that they do.
You put you take 20 kids that are between the ages of 19 and 22, you could statistically, at least one of them is enjoying a White Claw on the weekends.
Well, yeah, that's why it's silly for these teams and coaches to pretend. Like I said, I was at Providence on an official visit, and the coach told me that they were a dry team, and I was like, this guy's so disconnected, it's crazy. I would never want to play for a coach that's so disconnected. Your girls are not dry, Brew. Your girls are not dry.
You're just assuming that
Last
your
night
entire
was a
team.
game night, and I was at the bar with your women's and men's hockey team.
And by the way, half your team is 22 and 23 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
anyway.
I think it'll be fine.
No, so I personally, I wouldn't have used the transfer portal because I wasn't in a position to be looking for a new school to go fuck up at. But I think it would have been nice because there's a lot of information. It moves quickly. At the time, I couldn't even have told you how many schools had teams.
Gotcha.
So no, this is good for a lot of reasons, I think. But again, I don't like the fact that some people can look right at it and just immediately write somebody off because it didn't work out for them somewhere else.
I think that's a fan versus coach thing, though. I think fans look at the transfer portal and think, oh, there's a problem. And I think coaches look at the transfer portal and think, shopping time.
Yeah, like it's not always going to be a good fit with every coach or every team or whatever, obviously. So there's very valid reasons why players might want to move a school. So hopefully.
Two more Minnesota high school products, Janessa Gazdick and Juliana Gazdick, are in the portal. They combined for 36 points last year. If I'm a Division I coach and I'm trying to restock my blue line and I can get two for the price of one because I don't think they'll go to separate schools, hell yeah, I'm making a phone call to the Gazdick household. Are you kidding me?
Right. No, this is nice. You're like you said, for shopping.
That's how coaches look at it. A couple other Minnesotans in the portal, Ellie Newpower and Anna Gerolo from St. Michael's, Grace Delmonico from St. Cloud State, Calla Frank from St. Thomas, the goaltender, who I believe is entering the transfer portal looking for her third school, I think. Calla Frank going from Minnesota State to St. Thomas.
Couple multi-transfers in here.
Yeah, and I can't really blame Calla because I think she's behind Danny Strom, the freshman Phenom, who's really taken over at St. Thomas. So if you're a goalie, I have a lot more sympathy for you because there is only one crease.
And there's so many good goalies.
Well, every year there's a new crop.
Yeah, they're just so good.
It's hard to find a place to play.
The goaltenders are really driving some of these leagues. So, yeah, it's definitely tough to be a goalie and find playing time or the amount of playing time that you feel would be sufficient for yourself. It's really hard to be patient as a college kid.
Of course, it's hard to be patient as a college kid. It's even harder to be patient as a grad student.
Yeah.
Because you're down to your last punch here.
Well, and that's the other thing I love. I'm looking in here at the age or whatever, the year. How many of these kids in here are already grad students in the portal looking for more hockey?
Or maybe they're looking for a good grad program.
Yeah, but have they already played 5 seasons? Presumably they have. As a grad student, like, you've probably already played 5 seasons.
Once again, shout out to Sydney Wolf.
Okay, yeah, this is a ton of good work. I don't know how she
portal.
does I don't know how Sydney does it.
I don't know how
Sydney's
she
like
does either.
inspirational. Okay.
I would lose my mind.
She's in a book club.
If I had to.
In addition to all of this.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a child.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay.
She just does it all.
Nice job, Wolf.
Super Sid. What is this?
Well, it's a Badger W. This is our
also for Wolf.
This is for Wolf, and then the 15UB White team uses this.
Okay,
It's
this might be
this
might be a crazy idea, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong here. But should we give Sydney Wolf a little bit of a howl here?
I don't know, guys.
Jossie's howl was so small.
Kayla, you have to howl as well. 3 howls for Sydney Wolf. That's cleansheethockey.com, spelled the usual way, cleansheethockey.com.
Thanks for clarifying the spelling of clean sheet.
Well, so the handle is HKY.
Handle?
So the Twitter handle for Clean Sheet Hockey is HKY, and the website is HOCKEY.
I see what you're saying now.
See?
Yeah, Sydney, she's such a wolf.
What I am crazy for is the NCAA Division III National Tournament coming on the heels of the Division I Frozen for the D3 Natties will get underway. We've already played the first round, so now we're down to the final 8 teams.
Yes.
The Elite 8, if you will.
The Elite 8, and I cannot believe the Gusties aren't in it.
So St. Norbert ends up beating the Gusties at Gustavus.
Unbelievable.
3-1. That's kind of a surprise, but good for St.
Unlikely.
Norbert.
Well,
right?
really good for St. Norbert. The Gussies are having a really good season. They've got a couple players that are up for big awards. They're doing a lot of good stuff, and we expect to see Gustavus year over year, and we're not this year. So, but Augsburg's having their year to shine. That, I think, is exciting. Augsburg won that Maya Conference Championship. They won the league championship, and now they've gotten themselves into the top 8, and this is, it's, I guess, Augsburg's time.
100%. The game between St. Norbert and Gustavus. Gustavus actually took a 1-0 lead, and then St. Norbert scored 3 straight times. Once on the power play and 2 even strength
here's my
goals.
question. I don't think I saw Lily Mortenson's name on the box score that game. Am I right? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
she scored the first goal.
She did get that goal? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And she's been having like 3 and 4 goal games sometimes in the last month and a half or even just in 2025. I think I noted her as one of the top scorers in D3 hockey in 2025. But so I guess, yeah, 1 goal just wasn't quite enough from Lily that day.
Alrighty, game 1 here on your list is Amherst versus Colby. Amherst enters the game with a record of 21-5-1. Colby 17-6-2. Amherst, according to Jocelyn's research, they are the champs of the NESCAC, the New England Small College Athletic Conference, and got an automatic bid to the tournament.
Okay, yep. And then Colby's getting their at-large berth. They beat Wilkes University 4-3 to get into that position to play Amherst in the quarterfinals. But I think we'll probably see Amherst come out of that one.
I would assume so. I think Amherst is the favorite on paper.
Yep.
Middlebury and Nazareth, identical 26-1 records. Middlebury, this little powerhouse tucked away in Vermont. They got an at-large bid.
Where they
for
were
the
at
season.
top 2 all season in the polls.
Yeah, they would bounce around between 1, 2, and 3, along with
Yeah.
River Falls and Gustavus earlier in the year.
And then Augsburg at the end of the season.
And then Augsburg at the end of the season, yeah. And Nazareth won the United Collegiate Hockey Conference. I swear they're just making up names at this point. So Nazareth gets an auto bid after winning the conference, and they defeated Endicott in the first round.
Okay. So I'm going again, Middlebury.
Yeah, I would say Middlebury. So we got Amherst and Middlebury. Our third game here, Augsburg and St. Norbert. Augsburg won its first MIAC conference playoff title since 2000.
In an overtime, like it's super exciting overtime game.
So at what point do you extend Biz Bauer's contract? With
Last
Augsburg?
October.
Last October. That's going to be tough. I think she's going to have some options once this season
think
is over.
so?
I don't know what her
Okay, but after
contract looks
talking with
like.
her, like, dude, she is Augie Tech through and through. Like, it's in her heart and blood. Don't you think? Where would she go? Why would you not want to be in the Twin Cities?
Why would you turn down a Division I offer?
But that's different. Where's the Division I offer right now?
I don't know.
Okay, but maybe in the future. But for now, you're bringing a D3 school to the Final Four, probably, maybe even the championship.
Yeah,
in your
I'm saying
first season as a head coach. Why am I leaving?
I'm saying her resume looks fantastic right
Oh, yeah,
now.
yeah.
If she gets an offer to be an associate head coach or an assistant with the promise of you'll be the head coach after so-and-so steps down, I think she might take a look at it.
One of the things she loves so much about coaching at Augsburg and being able to recruit players to Augsburg is the rink on site, the 2 rinks on site, the centralized location in the middle of downtown Minneapolis and near St. Paul. Like, there's too many things Augsburg has going for it. I don't think she's that interested unless something sweet, like with some similar stuff open.
You mean like any Division I program that has a rink within walking distance?
Yeah, but do you see which D1 school locally do you see a coach job opening up? Are you projecting something over here? Are you projecting something?
Locally, no.
Nope. And why would you leave for a school an hour south or north or west?
For a Division I opportunity?
I mean,
I think D1, just like for players, Division I is a siren song for coaches.
they need to get over that. They need to get over it. Get over it.
She can make more money at a Division I program.
It's not about the money, bro. She's passionate about the players.
It's not about the $38,000 that Augsburg pays her. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No,
what
who
her
knows what
salary
Augsburg is
over
paying.
there.
Okay, I think you're right. I think Biz Bauer's proven herself in one short season as an incredibly capable head coach.
All I'm saying is look around the area, not just the Twin Cities, but the upper Midwest. Find an athletic director who's new and doesn't have any ties to the current women's hockey coaching staff. I would say look for a female athletic director because I think they'd be more invested in the women's sports than a male athletic director. And I think an athletic director could fall in love with Biz Bauer as a coaching candidate, especially if Augsburg ends up in the national title game. If Augsburg wins the national championship and I'm a Division I athletic director, or I'm a Division I person in an athletic department that's been tasked with finding a coach for the women's hockey team, Biz Bauer is one of my first calls.
Okay, I totally agree. Although I feel like she talked really highly about Augsburg, and of course she's supposed to. That's our interview with her earlier this year. But there are so many things Augsburg has going for it that some of these schools around don't have, and so there are some really added benefits.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if a Division I program with a tradition of success gives you a call and says, "This is our plan,"
you're probably talking. Okay, so Augsburg though has let's see, 6 Augsburg players earned MIAC women's hockey honors this season. Nora Steppen.
Just say it with the accent. You seem more comfortable.
0% accuracy.
Stepan.
Okay, Nora Stepan.
She French?
Well, yeah, now she is, because that's the only way to say her name without blowing it. You can just blame it on the accent. She is a junior who played for Eastview High School, but was named the MIAC Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Also, All MIAC honors for the 3rd straight year. Let's see, Emily Cronkite was also named All MIAC selection. Grace Badell's from Memorial High School in Madison, Wisconsin, where my parents met in high school before they got married. Kayla Simonson from Delano. She's been, celebrated all season long.
I was chatting with a Division III head coach, and he was flabbergasted that she did not have an attractive D1 offer coming out of Delano High School. I think every coach in the MIAC watched her play this year and thought, holy
How did we miss
cow,
that one?
dude. Well, I'm assuming she had a really nice offer to play Division III, but I think a lot of D1 coaches are kicking themselves right now.
Thinking they should have grabbed her.
Yeah.
But okay, look around. What school needed a really good goalie?
They all need. Okay. They could all use Kayla Simonson.
You're right, but I mean, literally, when you look at Gascon, McNaughton, Clark, I mean, like,
no one could have
where does she
foreseen
fit
Skylar Vetter's injury. So.
If you want to play hockey.
This offseason, I think somebody will find.
Yeah,
room
Kayla's
for
got
her.
options, but maybe she's loving where she's at anyway. So Kayla Simonson is also named All MIAC playoff team, and then she's up for.
She's up for another national award.
Yeah,
isn't she?
that's what I thought. I think she's up for another national award, but it's not the Herd, which is the National Player of the Year, which Lily Mortensen is up for, and Nora Stepan is up for. Though there's one more Minnesotan on that.
Gotcha.
Somewhere in my tabs is that list here.
All right. Well, while you're looking for that, St. Norbert.
Bailey Olson. She was the WIAC Player of the Year.
Oh.
Playing for UW River Falls.
Yep.
I think she was one of the top scorers in the league for most of the year until I think Lily Mortensen finished ahead of Bailey, and there was one other girl that we kept naming. She's in my list.
In a different part of the PowerPoint.
Megan Gaudreau.
Gaudreau. That's who it was.
So those players are up for 13 finalists up for the Laura Hurd Award, which is the Women's Ice Hockey Division III Player of the Year. So that's very exciting, but they won't announce that until the 27th.
Okay.
So we will have more coverage on some of these postseason awards and, of course, the tournament results coming up soon. But we haven't even gotten through our quarterfinals yet.
Not at the Division III level. St. Norbert coming out of the Women's Northern Collegiate Hockey Association. St. Norbert gets an automatic spot based on the conference win, and they beat Gustavus 3-1 in that opening round, pulling off a bit of an upset.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have to think that's an upset, which is why I'm going Augie Tech on this one.
Yep. I would also go Augsburg here. And then River Falls and Elmira. River Falls 23-3-2. Elmira 27-1. River Falls are defending national champs, and they're going to host the semis and the championship game. That's fortuitous for River Falls. They got an auto at-large bid, They'll take on Elmira, who won the New England Hockey Conference, getting an automatic bid to the tournament.
So Elmira's got a way better, what is this called?
Record.
Elmira has
don't.
a way better, did you just say 27-1? Oh,
Like
27-1. Okay.
20 wins, 7 losses. And
Okay,
1 tie.
I was thinking 27 wins, 1 loss. Because I've got UW River Falls going.
I think everybody would have UW River Falls going. It's tough to bet against.
But then, okay, why did River Falls get an at-large bid? What did I miss?
Yeah, River Falls.
Wait, there's a
beat Eau
new
Claire
school in
the
Wisconsin.
WIAC
There's a new
tournament.
school in the WIAC. A new school is getting a team next year, and the WIAC will get an auto bid next year.
Whitewater?
Nope.
Green Bay?
Nope.
Stevens Point?
Nah. Stevens Point already has a team.
Plattsburgh?
That's not a school.
Nope. It's
That'd
down,
be
UW
down
Platts.
south. No,
Platteville.
Beloit.
Beloit is going to get a.
The 2025-2026 women's hockey roster for Beloit College is right here, and there's nobody on it. Jake Bobrowski is the head coach.
We found Jake Bobrowski!
He's been missing.
Been looking for him all season.
MIA,
There he is.
but no longer.
Found Jake Bobrowski.
Okay, he is going to be the new head coach at Beloit, which is going to bring enough teams to Wisconsin's conference to get them an auto bid.
All right, fantastic. So we have solved 2 mysteries here. Where's Jake Bobrowski, and why is River Falls only getting an at-large bid?
Like, who knew that this was coming for you listeners?
Boy, who
Lucky
knew
ducks.
all these?
Okay, so those are
little
quarterfinals, right?
silences.
The way my research shows is does not show where the brackets add up, so I couldn't tell you if Augsburg is going to play UW River Falls in the semis or in the championship.
Hold on. So if it shakes out the way we think it'll be Augsburg River Falls in the semis, and then
shame.
Middlebury Amherst in the other semi,
Okay,
which
and
is
that's gonna be
unfortunate because I would love to see a River Falls Augsburg.
right. I want to see East and West kind of
Championship.
both times. River Falls Augsburg championship, fine, but they've played each other how many times this season? Have they gotten to play each other enough times that we could just decide who the winner of that one would be and then let the other ones play?
They scrimmaged River Falls.
The way I live the rest of my life.
They played River Falls on November 8th. They tied 4-4, and River Falls won in a shootout.
Ooh, this is exciting. I do want to see them play.
I know. What are you guys doing next week?
I'm gonna be in Florida. I'll stream it though, guys. I'll stream it.
That's not the same.
I'll use it as inspo to score 1 million goals in my tournament.
Inspo.
I think I'm buying a new stick when I'm down there
Are you?
because I don't want to travel with a stick. That's scary.
What, you'd have to travel back with it?
Maybe, maybe not.
What you would
Give
buy?
it to some random
on.
stranger.
Plenty of people need sticks.
You would buy a stick. I'm assuming you would buy like an elite level stick.
These guns?
Jossie, you don't just score 350 points in your high school career and then buy.
Okay, literally, I think about this all the time. You should have seen the thing I scored 300 plus points with in high school.
Is it like a wood Sherwood?
Christian, like, I mean, the thing had to be 120 flex.
Oof.
I don't know. Every single goal I ever scored was a deke. I did not have the ability to actually shoot the puck.
You do have good hands. The one time that you skated with us at Roseville, a couple of people said she's got really good hands.
That's really my only asset.
No, you're a good hockey player. You're a good hockey player.
I don't.
Come
yeah,
on,
I'm
Jossie.
feeling nervous about traveling with a hockey stick. Maybe you guys can talk me off that ledge, and I'll just bring my sticks to Florida. But
Well, here's what you got to do. You got to spend $750 on 2 sticks, and then you need to buy a $50 stick bag.
oh my god, imagine
go
needing a
with
bag to
them.
carry your sticks.
Dude, I see. We're getting into travel tournament season where everybody goes to like Nashville and whatever for tournaments. And I see these kids at the airport with a stuffed hockey bag, a stick bag, and they're haggling with the Delta Gate agent like, okay, there are skates in this bag. Yes,
Okay,
the
can I
skates
carry
have
my
blades
skates?
on them.
Here's my question: can I carry my skates on the plane?
No.
That's crap.
They're knives. They're like little
I
knives.
understand that, but the people operating these freaking airports are like losing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get new.
That's the
skates.
gamble. There's always, anytime I've traveled for hockey, there's always one kid
Whose stuff
from
got-
each team who's like, yeah, our stuff never made it.
Okay, both 2 girls I'm playing with have had this happen where then the Air Delta bought them full head to toe new equipment, and then like 3 or 4 days later, the bag shows up. So now they've got all brand new equipment and their bag.
Isn't that the hack? Like if they lose your bag, you're supposed to immediately go out and
They'll buy you
a
all
bunch of
brand
stuff
new
because they'll
stuff.
just cover it.
Yep. And then your bag shows up like 2 days later. So my girl Steph, she bought
I'm
all
in.
brand
in.
new equipment. But then the only thing she was so sad about was she actually had her Wisconsin team issued bag 25 years later, and that is like irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And so then the bag showed. So she had all the gear that she originally wore as well were missing. So she bought all new gear, but then the bag showed back up. So she got the old bag with the new gear.
That's like Christmas
So I'm
in
like,
July.
I know I should bring my sticks and just hope they get stolen. Don't you think?
Stolen? No. I hope they get lost.
Wait, the stick dealer was busted.
Oh, so they like found them?
They got the guy that stole the Duluth High School's sticks.
Oh,
I think it
busted.
was it
They tried
Mankato?
selling them on Marketplace.
yeah, it was Mankato, wasn't it? Yeah,
What a dumbass.
They tried selling the sticks.
very dumb.
The whole universe knew about these sticks, Brew. How come you're selling them a day later?
If you're going to sell them,
like,
you also sell
so
them.
many people knew that. It's not like your crime was like some random
Yeah,
person
took somebody's marbles.
car radio.
No, you
Somebody's
took
marbles.
all the hockey sticks, and the whole state knew about it.
Sell them on Marketplace.
Yeah, just turn around and hope
Sell
nobody
them on
sees
Marketplace.
I was looking for my 15 UB white pucks on Marketplace for a while.
Oh, jeez. If you're going to...
The bucket's still missing.
I'm not saying I would ever steal a bunch of sticks, but if you're going to resell them, you have to do something to the sticks to make them less identifiable, and you can only sell them like
These like still have the white tape with the number and the last
you gotta
name on
get
it.
you have to get the tape off. If there's a nameplate on it, you need to scratch the
you can't
nameplate
just be
off. You
selling
can't
these.
just and
This
you also
sounds
need to
awfully
This guy could have
sketchy.
used our help.
and you also, you know what else you should do? You should bundle the same stick together and then sell them as a 2-for-1 deal. Either that or you
That's something I wouldn't even have thought of.
either that or you're selling them one by one. You can't
There's
sell
no
them in
time
bulk.
for that. There's
you
no
gotta
time
sell
for
them
that.
2 by 2. So you steal.
We've got
you
new
know,
sticks to steal in no time. We can't be wasting time.
You put together 2 FT7 Pros. You get rid of all the tape. You scratch off the nameplate, and maybe you add like a noticeable scratch somewhere that it wasn't there before.
Yeah,
I'm
you're like,
just
this is
saying-
not your stick. This
just saying
scratch has
if
been
you're-
here.
I'm
You
just saying
never
if
had
you're
this
going
scratch.
to, that would be how to do it. Obviously, you should
Better
not
ways to
do
do
that.
it.
That's
There's
mean.
Way better ways to do it than
Rude. And it also, considering how many sticks were taken, it was enough money where it was like a felony
Yeah, it became
robbery.
an actual felony.
Yeah,
I think
this
it's over
isn't
$1,000
like you.
Sticks are so
Every good
expensive.
criminal knows you only steal up to $999 worth
Hey,
of stuff.
Yeah.
Jax from Vanderpump Rules just stole $350 pair of sunglasses on the episode and got a felony charge.
Jax is so hopeless.
What an idiot.
Jacksons,
So
they
dumb.
separate in real life.
Oh my god.
They're currently separated.
Hey, cut the pod for a
Hey,
sec. Let's
don't
go check out
say
Vanderpump Rules.
anything. I don't want
Oh.
spoilers.
This is real life.
So is the show.
Yes, it's
True.
definitely
true,
real.
Very true.
100%. Yeah, it's not like you're shoplifting a pack of gum. You stole $15,000 worth of equipment.
Okay, but can we talk about how overpriced these things are? That is not actually retail value.
That is a topic.
That is not the retail
That
value.
is a
of
topic
those
for
things.
another show.
Okay, cool.
Because I have
Summer's
several,
coming up.
I have several opinions on that, by the way.
Oh my God, you guys, we
I'm
need
also
we need a
starting-
bunch of agendas for summer.
I'm starting to collect photos of players that we've shot this season that are using either lower tier sticks, previous generation sticks, or those blackout sticks that are cheaper.
I'm going to be
And
getting blackout sticks from now on
and I want to highlight the kids that are producing
with Joe Schmo
with-
equipment.
with
I know, but
lesser-
tell a golfer that.
lesser
Tell a
equipment.
golfer that. Like, there's no such thing.
I don't tell golfers anything.
I don't
'cause
wanna
they
talk to
li- I don't wanna
golfers.
talk.
Okay, but here's the thing. So when I was growing up, nobody talked about equipment. Like, there was no sizing. There was no, like, fitting. Like, girls just didn't have shots because girls used 100 flex sticks. So there was not a girl in hockey that had a shot. Well,
Yeah.
maybe Natalie Darwitz had a shot. But, like, when you look at all the points scored, I could tell you majority of them were not shots.
Deeks.
Most of them were deeks.
Okay.
Because girls did not have very good shot calibers.
Oh, I believe you.
In the early 2000s, we didn't talk about what flex meant. We didn't talk about like size or height of stick. We didn't talk about how skates should fit or anything like that.
And I think that CCM has launched a line. The
A women's
FTW
line?
stick. Yeah.
I'm always laughing about the women's hockey equipment. Like I've played hockey for
Female
so long
specific
enough.
flex rating and length options.
That to me seems like marketing.
I mean, probably.
I don't think I
To
needed
get you to pay more.
No, it's
Exactly.
less. They're cheaper.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, the most expensive CCM JetSpeed FTW is $249.99 compared to, for the FT7, I think the FT7 is $349.99.
So why would it be cheaper? Is it like a lower quality, or is it that
No,
they're
it's
trying to
the
make
sa-
hockey more accessible to women?
I've looked at these sticks before, and they're on par with the rest of the JetSpeed.
How can the
current
flex?
gen
Okay, tell me how
JetSpeeds.
is it like the kick point, or like how does the flex change on that stick versus the men's version?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because
There's
I'm
no-
looking at one on
doesn't
Ice
make
Warehouse right
sense.
now. It's 70 flex with a P28 curve, which I could get with any JetSpeed.
Any man, yeah. So this to me seems like marketing opportunities or like shams.
As long as it's $100 cheaper than the current going rate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting
in.
those black sticks in bulk. The For Love of the Puck.
Those blackout sticks are nice, man.
I know you can add whatever. You can actually add your own wrap. You can like buy a wrap and add it yourself.
I say that when I skate like once a week and I have a Hyperlight 2 and a Power Twitch.
I know, but you're getting yours for free. You're like college kids. You're not paying for them.
I'm also okay, hold on. I'm also pretty good at finding little deals here. I have not paid full price for a stick in a very long time.
The only stick I paid full price for in 10 years is a Haggard.
I tried to reach
The
out
Sniper's
to them.
Edge, dude. That thing stick handles for you.
The Haggard.
The Haggard.
They're based in Moorhead.
Yeah. I bought it up in the Fargo International 12U tournament.
Nice.
In 2019 or something. And like every time I bring that stick onto the ice, it's all worn out now. I can't use it anymore. But like, I don't even have to think that day. I just show up and just get on the ice with my stick in ready position,
Hold
and
on,
that
don't-
thing stick handles through everybody.
No, don't say anything about them. No free ads.
The Sniper Pro. What do you got?
No free ads.
I reached out to them a while ago and asked if they're interested in advertising. I never got a response. Anyway, we're way off track.
We're
here.
right in quarterfinals. Get real.
Division One Frozen Four. It's the top four seeds: Wisconsin, Ohio State, Cornell, and Minnesota, and Jossie's Penn State, Nittany Lions.
Sorry, guys. Maybe next year.
You ruined it.
Maybe next year, though. They
You
had a rough
ruined
day.
it.
They had a rough day. I did not expect them to lose to St. Lawrence.
Yeah, they lost 4-1 to St. Lawrence.
They did. It was a bummer. I mean, for me, being like a big fan or whatever. Now,
Biggest Penn State fan I know.
if you wear red or maroon, you're safe at the Ritter this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. We got 3 red dominant schools here: Ohio State, Cornell.
Yeah, if you wear
and Wisconsin.
either maroon, you're Minnesota. Red, you're not Minnesota. But lots of red teams, and I mean, come on, like, okay. I'm pumped Minnesota's in it
Yeah.
because it's being hosted at Ritter, and
Yep.
tickets for tomorrow's semifinal are $350.
Yeah, they sold
Good
out a while
Lord.
ago.
They sold out
Good.
2 weeks ago, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, they had time since they sold out to move it to.
We're still allegedly waiting on a credential from the NCAA.
We didn't
We're
get
not
one.
getting one.
Oh, is the
sense.
press box going to be really full?
Yeah, it's full of Star Tribune.
There's
We
gonna be-
really don't pay attention to women's hockey, so that's why we don't.
The press box is going to be like Nicole
that's the thing.
Haase
We're like-
and one person from the Ice Garden.
We're like texting with Boom to get updates.
Dude.
They're getting credentials. You decide what you'd rather have. Actually, I did text Boom. I said, due to unspeakable circumstances,
Dude, this is ridiculous.
I will be cheering for the Gophers on Friday.
Unspeakable.
Unspeakable.
AKA spoken on 4 of our pods.
AKA, we all know why I have to cheer for the freaking Gophers.
This is ridiculous. You just turned away a whatever. I'm so done fighting for the little piece of plastic that hangs around your friggin' neck. It's
I know, but
so
you know what?
dumb.
Sometimes it's fun to go to a hockey game and watch. If you can get your hands on a spectator
Man,
ticket.
I went to the Boys State tournament and just watched a game.
Well,
and
how'd
I
you
was
feel?
like,
You could
I
stop
haven't
and get a
watched
snack.
game in so long.
Yeah.
In so long. I was like jittery. Like
Yeah.
I like
What am I supposed to be doing?
I was like, I'm not doing something to distract me from this, and it made me so much more nervous.
Oh my God.
I haven't just watched a high school game. Oh my God. When was the last time I just watched?
I've been a huge fan.
I don't think I've done it for years.
Yeah, it's really weird, especially because like when you do photography too, you're watching it from such a different angle.
Yeah.
I was like sitting up, and I was like, I can see
Just
everything.
like watching the play unfold. Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
Except I feel like I like watching it better from the corners in the glass. Like
Really?
I do. I like when I was watching it above. I feel like you're like in the game when you're standing at their level.
They're so much faster at ice level. When you're sitting up in the press box, they look like they're moving so slowly.
They really do.
Live barn has the same effect.
For a variety of reasons.
Okay, so like, what else is notable? I mean,
There's nothing really notable. I mean, this is the talent in women's Division I hockey is concentrated so heavily at such a small number of programs. We knew Wisconsin and Ohio State would be there. I had Minnesota Duluth beating
I'm really
Cornell,
excited
but
for Minnesota. Let's be honest. I think they had a really, really, really good conference championship game, which I think is going to give them a lot of energy going into this semifinal. But to be honest, on that Colgate Minnesota game, I thought it could go either way. And then, of course, Abby Murphy gets out early right away. And that's critical. If Minnesota scores early and it's Murphy on Friday, watch out, Wisconsin. I think if Wisconsin's going to have a single game all season that's a threat to their perfect season, it's going to be this game, 100%. And because it's Minnesota at Ritter, it's the semi. And, of course, I'm cheering for the Gophers. So
coming from a former Badger and somebody who feels so guilty for stomping on the logo in the women's locker room, yeah, you probably should cheer for Minnesota.
I know. Well, I promised I'd do it. I'm a woman of my word.
A woman of her word. If we have to make picks, I would pick Wisconsin and I would pick Ohio State over Cornell. Ohio State beating St. Lawrence 6-1 in the previous round. I just think the Buckeyes are on a tear, and I think Cornell. I shouldn't say Cornell got lucky, but they got one goal to beat UMD.
1-0
and they scored, and they
although
scored
their
in the
leading
third
scorers
period.
didn't really score there. I mean, they have a few women up for some national awards and stuff, and they were MIA that night. So hopefully they weren't just saving it for later. But but you're right. I think Cornell versus Ohio could be a good game, but I think Ohio wins that one, and they are in a scoring streak. Jocelyn, Amos, and Joy Dunn are unstoppable. Matthews is getting some points for Ohio as well. But they've got their team with a lot of heart.
I'm looking at the box score from the game against St. Lawrence, and we got Sloan Matthews, Minnesota product right there. We've got Emma Peschel, Minnesota product. We got Grace McCoshen, Minnesota.
Wait, what do I have for Peschel? Peschel was
Pesh Dog.
She was a finalist for Defender of the Year for the
Hell
WCHA.
yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Grace McCoshen from Northfield and Josie St. Martin from Stillwater assisted on the last goal of the night.
Okay, so Ohio is on fire. They've got heart. Okay, but also that game was in Ohio.
So
I mean, I think Ohio's going to perform a little differently.
I think Ohio
in
State will
Ritter.
travel just fine.
Maybe. Okay, but they're going to play Cornell, and I'm excited to see what Cornell's going to do with the big boys.
Yep, saw Cornell at the Wild game last night. They were walking on the concourse. They appear ready as any team can be when they're watching a Wild game with that had an 8:52.
At 10 o'clock at night? Why weren't they in bed?
I don't know. They were getting hot dogs and
Get in, loser. We're going hot dogging. That's my new favorite meme I found this week.
GIF.
Did you guys see it? I put it in the group chat.
Yeah, I love it.
you do realize that's from a movie that came out 20 years ago.
No, I know Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So last week, my assistant coach pulls into the Braemar South parking lot where we were doing our team
Duh,
bonding
she's
activity.
literally wearing a Mean Girls shirt.
Oh, I didn't notice.
The assistant coach on my team pulls into the parking lot where we're doing team building activities in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Drives up to us and says, "Get in, losers. We're going to state."
Was it Sam Balzer?
No, it's Lisa. Damn it. It's the other one. But if Sam Balzer had said that, that also made my day. Get in, losers. We're going to state.
I love that. You guys should have made T-shirts. Oh, shit. Kayla,
What?
fire up the merch department.
Yes.
T-shirts.
Fire up the merch department. All right, I got nothing else for you. We've gone over the D1 Frozen Four. We've gone over the Division III tournament. We have filled your ears with so much freaking nonsense.
Oh my God,
for
the
the last
roll
like
pod.
hour.
Dude,
how
we all
long?
make
How
the-
long we been going?
56 minutes.
Holy
We're making
cow.
the big bucks around here.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Once again, shout out to our sponsor,
Almost
Dogwood
a full
Coffee.
hour I can bill for this one.
We love Dogwood. 3 Twin Cities locations. Thank you again to Sydney Wolf for putting together the women's transfer portal, because we don't care about the men's transfer portal.
Okay, wait, and when we
obviously.
come back, let's talk about Women's Worlds. And
Yep.
let's talk about postseason awards and what's going on in D3, D1. But also let's get back to P-Dub.
Yeah.
Dude, the P-Dub schedule,
I know it's so.
What a mess.
It makes it so hard.
what a mess.
So spaced out. They
What a
did
mess.
It
have
does make
one-
it better
they
for
did
us
have
as
one in-
journalists.
Where was that one?
The takeover tour in
Yeah,
Denver. Second.
not
Okay,
Denver,
wait.
not
My
Denver.
prediction is you're right, Peter. My prediction is
Where was it?
Denver is going to
Not
be
Denver.
the expansion.
That wasn't where
Detroit,
Just
sorry,
Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit
Yes.
was my
That's what I'm saying.
had
I
a
think
really
Peter was
successful
right.
one.
Is their second consecutive really successful one,
Yep.
and the highest attended women's hockey game in the United States.
Yes.
So, Peter, I think you might be onto something.
And
They're
I
going to
Ever.
announce the expansion this week, I think.
Pittsburgh and Detroit. And
I don't think Pittsburgh is in.
I think the takeover tour is now amassed over 1 million fans in total.
No, the
Not
P-Dub
takeover.
completely.
Just the whole PWHL.
The 1 million
Oh.
fans showed up to the
That's
takeover game.
added up. The 19,000 fans showed up.
But
to
like
the
technically,
takeover.
if I've been to
Gotcha.
multiple games, am I considered one fan? Or
Yeah.
am I
no,
multiple?
no,
You're
no.
multiple.
You're multiple.
Yeah, I think they should do their
go,
math better.
I don't think they
No.
go through a chart of.
I'm
who
just
showed
one
up.
if they
people.
did their math better, it would take a really long time. Because
Yeah.
I think there are
You'd have to like categorize.
Well, so let's
every
just be
ticket.
realistic. There's a lot of fans, a lot of people watch women's hockey. All right, I'm happy to express that, but we're pulling it. We're
Needs,
pulling on anything here,
she
guys.
needs more data points.
more data
I can't just be
points.
having 1 million randomly. Okay, we'll follow up with you guys on the
We'll
number of
follow
fans
up.
who've actually been in seats
We will take names.
HL games since last year. Okay, got it.
Put a bow on it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Hey, there's no way around. I'm top of the mount. I'm queen of the mountain. My cup running over. I already told ya. I'm moving fast.